You've probably heard it 1,000 times. Rich people think differently than poor people. And that part isn't wrong. What's wrong is how it's usually explained. Most people selling this idea want you to believe that waking up at 5 a.m., reading more books, and thinking positive thoughts will magically make you wealthy. That's nonsense. The real difference between a rich mindset and a poor mindset has nothing to do with motivational quotes or morning routines. It's about how you see risk, time, and money itself. And most Americans over 40 were taught the wrong framework their entire lives. Give me a few minutes and I'll show you what actually separates the two and why understanding this could change the next chapter of your financial life. I'm Michael Stone, and for the last 8 years, I've worked in markets, banking, and personal finance. I've sat across from people making $40,000 a year and others making $400,000 a year. Income doesn't determine your mindset. Your mindset determines what you do with your income. This isn't about affirmations or vision boards. It's about small decisions repeated over decades. Here's the biggest lie about mindset. A rich mindset isn't about being optimistic. It's about being realistic with a long-term bias. Poor mindset says, I need money now because I don't know what's coming next. Rich mindset says, I need to protect my future now because I know exactly what's coming. Expenses, emergencies, inflation, and time running out. One is reactive, the other is preactive. And if you grew up without money, you were conditioned to think short-term because you had to. When survival is the priority, retirement feels irrelevant. That's not a character flaw, it's training. But if you want to build wealth after 40, you have to recognize that conditioning and deliberately choose a different approach. Look at how each mindset shows up in everyday decisions. Take a tax refund. Poor mindset celebrates a $2,000 refund as extra spending money. Rich mindset sees it as an interest-free loan to the government and adjusts withholdings to keep that money working throughout the year. Consider credit cards. Poor mindset treats a $5,000 limit as money available to spend. Rich mindset treats it as a tool, leverage used strategically and paid off in full to build credit and earn rewards. Or a raise. Poor mindset upgrades lifestyle with a $300 monthly increase. Rich mindset automates that $300 into retirement before spending habits expand. Every time income rises and savings don't, that's a decision, and it compounds over time. People also misunderstand fear. They assume wealthy individuals aren't afraid of losing money. That's false. They're often obsessed with not losing it, which is why they pay attention to fees, taxes, diversification, and inflation. The difference is how fear is handled. Poor mindset fears loss so much it avoids risk entirely, including the risk of doing nothing. Rich mindset fears loss so much it manages risk actively. If you're 50 with $30,000 in a savings account earning 0.5%, while inflation runs at 3%, poor mindset says at least it's safe. Rich mindset recognizes the loss of purchasing power and calls that expensive. One avoids the feeling of risk, the other avoids the reality of it. So, what's the practical shift? Stop asking, can I afford this? And start asking, what does this cost me long term? Financing a $30,000 car at 7% over 5 years might mean a $594 monthly payment, but it also means roughly $5,600 in interest. Rich mindset sees the total cost before committing. Maybe that means buying cheaper, negotiating harder, saving longer, or choosing differently. The point isn't to never spend, it's to understand the full price of the decision. Wealth isn't built by earning more alone. It's built by keeping more of what you earn and reducing leaks to interest, fees, and lifestyle inflation. Here's what you can do this week. Review your last 3 months of statements and cancel recurring charges you don't use. If you received a raise or bonus recently, check whether your retirement contributions increased with it and fix it if they didn't. Then take one financial decision you're facing and ask yourself whether you're thinking about this week or the next 10 years. No hacks, no shortcuts, just awareness and discipline. If this helped you see money differently, like and subscribe for more breakdowns like this. And if you want to go deeper, watch the next video where I explain the retirement mistake that costs Americans over 40 more than any other. Your money works better when you understand it.